Anxiety is a natural human experience and something everyone encounters at some point. Normal anxiety can be unpleasant, often characterised by physical changes and feelings of worry, nervousness, or fear of future events. While occasional anxiety is part of life, persistent anxiety can disrupt daily activities and impact overall well-being. When thinking about workplace anxiety, people often focus on specific situations such as delivering a presentation or attending an interview. However, anxiety can stem from various factors and its triggers aren't always clear. Without strategies to manage it, anxiety can significantly impact workplace performance and quality of life. At Good Thinking, we offer a range of resources to help Londoners to manage their anxiety. In this video, we'll outline anxiety, its potential causes, and how to support employees who might be struggling. We'll also direct you to general resources from Good Thinking that you can share with your teams to help them to manage their own anxiety. Understanding anxiety starts with knowing its purpose. Anxiety is part of our body's natural fight or flight response, designed to prepare us for danger. This response releases adrenaline, increasing our heart rate and sharpening our focus. And though modern stressors like work pressures are not physical dangers, they can still trigger this anxiety response. Various factors can increase our susceptibility to anxiety. Biological factors, including genetics, physical health, sleep issues, and neurodivergence all play a role. Environmental factors such as job pressures, financial worries, conflict in the workplace, or isolation can all contribute as well. Personal experiences, particularly traumatic or adverse events, can also increase our susceptibility to anxiety. And internal factors like perfectionism or people-pleasing tendencies can also significantly contribute. Living and working in London does present with some unique challenges that can contribute to anxiety. So let's explore some of them. Steep rents, bills, transport costs, and daily expenses can all lead to financial strain for Londoners. This constant worry about making ends meet creates pressure, often driving individuals to work longer hours to prove their value or to top up their earnings. Work in London is also often associated with a competitive rat race culture or job insecurity. This, combined with those financial pressures, can make individuals feel that they need to constantly climb the career ladder or appear to be the model employee to secure their financial future. This relentless pursuit of success, alongside potentially comparing yourself to peers, can heighten anxiety about your job performance, your career prospects, and job security. London is also one of the most densely populated cities in Europe, and navigating the city's transport system, especially during rush hour, can be stressful. The overwhelming congestion, whether it's on the tube or in crowded streets, can increase anxiety. For individuals who feel overstimulated anyway in noisy or crowded environments, such as those who are neurodivergent, can find this especially challenging. Concerns about crime, particularly during the dark winter months, can also contribute to anxiety levels. Whilst perceptions of safety will differ by individuals and location, the fear of crime can add to anxiety when just moving around the city. And whilst London's diversity plays a crucial role in shaping its workforce, it can also present some challenges, particularly for employees who are exposed to discrimination, marginalisation, or microaggressions in the workplace. So, subtle behaviours that make people feel uncomfortable or offended. Navigating different cultural expectations and workplace dynamics can increase anxiety. So, being understanding of cultural differences, embracing diversity, and working to become an inclusive workplace with people from all backgrounds in leadership positions are all necessary to improve representation in the workplace and reduce anxiety for employees belonging to marginalised or minority groups. It's essential for leaders to be able to recognise signs of anxiety in employees so that you can offer support as soon as possible. Anxiety may not always be obvious, as people often try to hide their symptoms, but there are still signs you can look out for. You may notice physical signs of anxiety in employees, such as sweating before or during high-stress situations like important meetings. Physical movements like shaking legs or drinking more water than usual can also signal anxiety, as dry mouth is a common symptom. Complaints of headaches, digestive issues, or exhaustion, while they may stem from other causes, they can also indicate underlying anxiety. Behaviour changes can also be an indicator. A decline in work performance or the opposite. Overworking, staying late more often, working through lunch consistently can all be signs. Increased sickness and withdrawal from social interactions are also potential signs. Emotionally, anxiety can present as irritability and as mood swings. Employees may appear on edge or may display emotional reactions that seem out of proportion, such as becoming defensive or overly apologetic when receiving feedback. And though cognitive changes can be harder to spot, anxiety can cause employees to forget tasks, to struggle with decision makings, or to struggle concentrating, especially in meetings, all of which you can notice. While you may not always know that an employee is struggling with anxiety, it is important to pay attention if these signs appear. Anxiety can not only impact workplace performance, but self-esteem. And so offering support and resources can lead to better outcomes for the individual, but also for the overall workplace culture. Good Thinking offers a self-assessment for anxiety that takes just 20 minutes and it's completely anonymous. And it can be a brilliant starting point for anyone who's unsure about how their experiences are impacting them. As employers, you play a crucial role in supporting employee mental health by encouraging them to engage with strategies for managing anxiety. This can help employees to find balance and improve their overall well-being. As previously discussed, living and working in London can make it easy to get caught up in that rat race, which, as discussed, can increase anxiety. So it's essential for workplaces to normalise setting healthy boundaries around work. Employees should be encouraged to switch off from work outside of working hours and to take time for themselves. And managers should lead by example here, respecting these boundaries and creating a culture that values downtime. Another way to support employees is by helping them to distinguish between helpful and unhelpful worries. While anxiety often leads to more worrying thoughts, not all worries are bad. Helpful worries motivate action and support problem solving, like reviewing a presentation before we deliver it. Unhelpful worries, however, drain our energy without leading to solutions. By offering training and support, employers can help employees to identify worries they can act on, improving their sense of control and reducing anxiety. There's also an important distinction between assurance and reassurance that leaders should be aware of. Assurance builds confidence and skills, where reassurance is more about comforting words. Although reassurance may help in the short term, employees can become dependent on it, believing that they only succeed with someone else's reassurance, which can lead to future anxiety. Instead, employers should provide assurance whilst also offering resources and training to help build self-efficacy and empower employees for longer-term resilience. Offering opportunities for skill development and allowing employees to practice new tasks in a manageable way can also support confidence. Celebrate small successes and focus on the personal qualities like determination and attention to detail that led to those successes. This combination can improve self-efficacy and reduce future anxiety. Simple workplace adjustments can greatly support employees dealing with anxiety. Flexible working arrangements, such as adjusting start times to avoid rush hour or allowing some working from home days, can significantly reduce anxiety. By allowing employees more balance, they can manage their well-being more effectively, such as by creating time for exercise or mindfulness. And another helpful adjustment is allowing extra breaks. Now, these don't need to be long. Even a few minutes to slow down and breathe can significantly reduce anxiety. Encouraging a culture at work where these regular short breaks are normalised can make a big difference. Communication can also be adjusted to reduce anxiety. Providing clear instructions and setting realistic deadlines can reduce any ambiguity and anxiety associated with not knowing what is expected of you. Sharing meeting agendas ahead of time can also help employees to feel more in control, even before informal catch-ups. Anxiety often makes us predict worst-case scenarios, and so knowing what to expect from a discussion and having time to prepare can help to reduce unhelpful hypothetical worries. Uncertainty is one of the biggest triggers for anxiety, so clear and early communication about any organisational changes is key. Whether it's a new project or a team restructuring, knowing what's ahead helps employees to prepare emotionally and mentally. This is particularly important for employees who are also neurodivergent. So prioritise transparent communication and ensure that any changes are conveyed as soon as possible. Allowing employees to have some influence over changes can also reduce their anxiety. When employees are part of the decision-making process and have the opportunity to give feedback, they can experience less anxiety about how changes will impact them. So actively involve your teams in discussions about changes that will affect their work and action their feedback where possible. And when we are introducing new tasks or new ways of working, doing so gradually can help employees to manage their anxiety. Starting with small, manageable steps and slowly increasing complexity gives employees the chance to build confidence and adjust to the changes without feeling overwhelmed. There are several other ways to reduce anxiety in the workplace. Mindfulness can help to centre employees' thoughts, whether it's through meditation, deep breathing, or simply taking a moment to observe their surroundings. Incorporating mindfulness into the daily routine can reduce anxiety. As a workplace, you can facilitate access to mindfulness by offering mini mindfulness breaks as an example, or providing quiet spaces where employees can practice mindfulness. You can also provide access to mindfulness apps like those on the Good Thinking website, all of which are NHS recommended and free to access. Feeling connected to other employees and feeling safe with managers can also reduce anxiety at work. Organising team building activities and social events that are inclusive for employees of all backgrounds and abilities can help to build supportive relationships at work. You can also encourage employees to spend time in London's parks and green spaces, as nature has a calming effect. So consider organising team walks or promoting lunchtime outings to nearby parks. Encourage employees to incorporate physical movement into their daily routines, as physical activity can improve mood and reduce anxiety. As an organisation, you can consider promoting physical activity by offering gym memberships and organising wellbeing challenges. Offering information on the impact of caffeine, smoking and alcohol on anxiety and providing healthier alternatives during meetings and events can all normalise health-promoting behaviours that reduce anxiety. You can also provide information on the importance of sleep and good sleep hygiene, as poor sleep can exacerbate anxiety. At Good Thinking, we have a range of resources on sleep, including a video for employers like this one, so do check out our website. Finally, consider offering preventative information for employees to help them to manage their anxiety. You can share resources such as the workbooks, the guides and the podcasts available on the Good Thinking website, all for free. You can also consider having information available on signposting for employees who are open to engaging with professional support. This could include information on local charities that are offering counselling, support groups in the area, and support available through the GP. All of which helps to normalise seeking professional support and engaging in preventative action. Prioritising wellbeing in the workplace isn't just a nice to have, it's essential for a healthy, productive workforce. Encourage leaders and managers to openly discuss mental health and to share resources, training, and any other information on strategies for managing anxiety proactively. Accessing and experiencing these resources yourselves as leaders can make an enormous difference when it comes to you discussing these resources with your teams, as you'll be discussing the benefits from a position of real understanding and lived experience. Regular open discussions that normalise anxiety and promote engagement with resources can have enormous preventative benefits for all staff. And when leaders model these healthy behaviours, it sets a precedent for the entire organisation. Living and working in London can come with some unique challenges that put employees at risk of struggling with anxiety, but that doesn't mean that anyone has to struggle. With the right resources and support, people can learn to manage their anxiety, contributing to their long-term well-being and a happier, healthier workforce. Remember, Good Thinking has a wealth of resources to support individuals who are struggling, from information on anxiety to signposting, free workbooks, free apps, even a podcast. Do familiarise yourself with these free resources so that you can confidently recommend them to any individuals who may benefit.